Hello, everybody. Welcome to New Life, the special segment of Ask Dr. T. Yeah, we're wrapping up Mental Health Awareness Month. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Doctor, Mr. I can call you
You're fine. You're
Doctor.
fine.
You're a therapist, right? A black therapist in Atlanta.
Yes, the real therapist of Atlanta.
A real therapist in Atlanta.
Yeah.
How you get started? Like, what interests you in that field?
Well, just dissecting the mind was an interest, like understanding the human mind, how the brain, how it works, you
Mm-hmm.
know, the emotional stance of people, why we act the way we act, do the things that we do. Just learning to better understand that. That's a great interest.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask you.
Then look, Ebby had all these
I have a
questions.
lot of questions. I have a lot of questions.
What's your question?
Mm. I always wondered, did she have? Do you have therapists like yourself for
Absolutely. See,
yourself?
Ebby didn't watch the show from last week. You see what I'm
I
saying?
did. I did. Cause I
You
always
see
ask
how
myself
that go?
questions.
But yeah, we do as therapists. You have
Mm-hmm.
therapists, so we have our confidants or what have you that you ask, that you go and you can find in, that you can dump stuff on because you're dumped on. So absolutely.
So is therapy just like basically like you talking and listening, or is it more in depth?
Well, you want therapy to be more of a conversational flow.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you have therapists. Everybody has their own special style where, some people may ask, tell me more about that and things like that. Versus my style is going to be like, well, what happened? What's going on? Because I want you to feel like you're not being judged, where you're comfortable with sharing what you want to say. So it is a lot of talking and asking questions and things of that nature. It is a lot of listening, but it's also a lot of helping you learn how to navigate. A lot of times when people come in, their minds are cluttered.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a cluttered mind, it's good to have someone on the other end that's able to compartmentalize what you're thinking,
Mm-hmm.
to give it some clarity and help you navigate your next mission of life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So being a black woman, a therapist, and a mother to a son, I want to know like how do you deal with things differently than others, like the original black mother, not original, but like the difference.
But there is not a lot of difference other than the fact that I'm probably able to control myself a lot better in when facing chaotic situations.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are times that you do want to spaz out, but will spazzing out really make a difference? I do want to yell, but will yelling really be the right answer? Because sometimes it's not what a person I have. In other words, as a therapist, I'm able to look, and not that you want to take that hat home,
Mm-hmm.
but as a therapist, you want to look at the meaning behind the emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So if my son comes in yelling, I can accept your yelling from a hurt aspect versus the boy you yelling at me aspect. So yeah, it's just you know when enough is enough
Mm-hmm.
versus pushing your
And
child to the edge.
how do you use that like discipline boundary and then this emotion boundary? Like how do you like growing up? How did you discipline your son as a therapist?
Oh, the same way. Like what what I will accept and what I won't accept. Um, Now I remember there was a time when I was like, Damien, give me your phone. You're not gonna. I'm give me his phone back. You don't need a phone. Like you're on punishment type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I'm not giving you my phone. Now the average mother would have been like, I ain't asking no more. The therapeutic mom was like, okay, a phone is nothing but a paperweight when you can't have access to the Wi-Fi and
Mm-hmm.
it's cut off. You want like it's nothing more than a pocket calendar.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just how you navigate things. That's all. Hmm. But yeah, that stood out. But yeah,
I
Eric,
how you
that's
deal with
it.
your emotions. You're very emotionally intelligent.
You deal with my emotions. It's just
No, like how you
com-
I observe people. I
hmm
observed for a long time how you handle stuff.
yeah. There's no
This is
point in being
great.
extra. Well, I know we can be extra.
Yeah, it's like it's either it's A, B, and C.
Absolutely, because that's what it is. So I think that's the thing about it. Is like, of course, there's a time to be animated, which
Mm-hmm.
of course I like to laugh and I'm animated. But there's a time where we have to just figure out what works best. How do I navigate best? If it's A, let it be A. But if A doesn't work, we have B and C.
Have you always been like that? Like from a child to grown up? Some people aren't.
That's definitely a learned behavior. My mom's a teacher, so it's interesting. Like she came from the aspect of when she explains stuff to you, you had resources to back it up. Or if you made a mistake, why would you beat yourself up for a mistake? You're not the first person to make a mistake. You won't be the last person. So when you grow up understanding it from that aspect, I'm learning from this mistake, and other people will learn too. That's all. So it's just a navigation of life.
What was your most intense session with a client? We got dangerous or physical or whatever.
Absolutely. Most intense session is when your clients want to kill you. So, you navigate that.
How do you navigate it?
I was like, wait a minute. Like, you help them understand that you have choices. Like, I don't want you to harm yourself and I don't want you to harm me. So before this happens, just know I will take I like to call them 72-hour vacations.
Mm-hmm.
Because for 72 hours I will put you under surveillance to make sure that you are safe for yourself and those around you. So yeah.
If one would get like one to look into therapy, how would you know obtain it? Like a degree or a certificate.
Like if you wanted to become a therapist,
Mm-hmm.
so you would go get your preferably your undergraduate degree would be in therapy or counseling or sociology, psychology, something of the sort. Then you would go to grad school. That'll be a couple of years in counseling or again psychology, something of the sort. Um, you have your internship and then you have your license. So it may take anywhere between, on average, about 7 to 8 years
Mm-hmm.
because you have to have internship. Depends on which school you go to because you have to have a certain amount of intern hours.
This is the most flexible or like.
Is being a therapist flexible?
Mm-hmm.
It is for the most part. Yeah, because you could, if you're working inside of a location, then you have to go by their hours. But if not, you can set your own hours
What's the most money you can make becoming a therapist?
as much as you want, literally.
Yeah. And nowadays you don't have to have a good figure. You're not the thing, but to live life the way I like to live.
Well, I don't know how you like to live. I just like to. I would like that.
I like to be free of debt. I want to travel.
Absolutely. I mean,
A
that's
little
the
bougie
benefit
with
now.
counting money.
That's the benefit of it is that you do have the flexibility of traveling because therapy being telehealth, I can be wherever my computer, my phone, my iPad,
Mhm,
you know, wherever that is, that's where my therapy takes place. Beautiful thing.
mhm.
What are you thinking?
I want to just ask questions about different stuff. Like to pick your brain. I like picking your brain.
Well, pick it. This is mental health awareness month. This is the time to pick my brain. Go
Hmm.
ahead. What is it?
Have you ever had like a season where it became too much? You want to give up?
Absolutely. I mean, my thing is human. By humanity, your human design, you have seasons that are not comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
and when you are in a season of discomfort, you don't want to continue. Like, who
Mm-hmm.
wants to be uncomfortable? But the reality of it is, like, when you have those seasons, that's when you have to really speak to yourself. Like, okay, look, I'm uncomfortable, but why?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what great thing am I about to embark upon that whatever force field, whatever energy is trying to hold me back from.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have options. Do I give into that negativity and say no, I can't do it, or
Mm-hmm.
do I say, man, I can't wait till I get through this season because there's something great on the other side. So it's how I look at it. Like anytime something becomes overwhelming and difficult, that's when I know I'm on the right track. Now, do I welcome being, having difficulty in my life? No, don't nobody want that. But it's necessary for some learning to take place and some perseverance and for some mental fortitude. So you take it and you move forward.
Mm-hmm. I just had a whole bunch of, why did I do that? My mom would be like, you be right there. And you be gone. Be right here. Come back. What question I want to ask you?
It'll come to you.
Do you believe that staying in a marriage when you know it's no longer healthy for either one, but you want to take for it? What's your view on that? Does that make sense?
Now, are you asking from my personal perspective, my personal or my therapeutic perspective?
Oh.
Therapeutically speaking, that would be up to the patient.
Mhm.
If you feel like there is a necessity for you to stay in a relationship for the child, then you do that. Because a lot of times you have to forfeit your belief in what your value is for the well-being of who God entrusted you to raise.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, from the Tara perspective, sometimes you have to evaluate, is this going to be healthy for me? And is this going to be healthy for my child? Because if I stay in a situation and we already know the energy will circle and circum and like it'll circle and enhance a room.
Mhm.
So will it be best for me to raise a child in negativity, hate, and hostility? Or would it be best for me to raise my child in an environment that's separate but peaceful?
Mhm.
So that's what you have to really ask yourself. Because I'm no good for anybody if I'm no good for myself. I can't give you what I don't have. And so it kind of goes into my nonprofit Choose You 365. If I'm an empty vessel, I cannot pour into you. And that's my child, my spouse, my parent. If I'm an empty vessel, you're not getting anything because I'm depleted. So if me being separate from you
Mhm.
will pour into my spirit and make me a better person for you, then I'm gonna separate from you.
What advice would you give your younger self?
The advice I would give my younger self is live free. I think when I was younger, I cared more about what people thought, and it wasted a lot of time. When I was younger, I wanted to understand and get the opinions of others, and it wasted a lot of time. So you only have one life to live. When you're younger and you're in school or when you're navigating, you think that the world that you're in is your world. It's not. That's a small portion of what your world really is. So if the world is so much bigger than my little 12th grade year or my little sophomore year, then why am I going to limit myself? You have so much world to see. Why would I only stay here? I have so much to do. Why would I be concerned about somebody telling me what I cannot do? Don't allow somebody else's fears to become your fears. So yeah, don't give two craps about what somebody else thinks or feels when it comes down to your life. Hmm? Absolutely. Absolutely. You live your life to the best of your ability because you only have one. And are you going to live it with regrets? So if you want to go to school, you go to school. If you want to dance in the rain, you dance in the rain. If somebody's trying to figure out why is this fool dancing in the rain, join them and you'll understand. That's all. Bills will be there. You understand what I'm saying? Like bills are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Hatred is going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, then why will I? So because people get like, I told my son, I said, baby, you're going through a financial depression.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, what? I said, uh-huh. When your finances are not right, you go through a depression.
Mm-hmm.
But what you have to understand is on the other side of that is joy. So I might as well be happy that I have an opportunity. Everything that I bought that created this financial depression, it made me happy. So stay in that. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're going to get there. Don't rush it. It's going to come. Your bills will get paid. Joy will come again. You'll have enough money the way you want it. All of that's going to come. But you know it's going to come. So why would I get depressed today?
Mm-hmm. That's good.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if I know I'm going to be happy, why would I allow myself to be depressed today?
Ooh, that's the answer for it. I got it good. Similar thing.
But that's just it.
Mm-hmm.
That's life. Like, I know that I'm going to be excited. So why would I be doom and gloom today? I can experience that because I'm human. It's an emotion, but I can transition out of this emotion.
How would you feel if I was my age? If I came home, because um, you're close,
Mm-hmm.
you're close now,
Mm-hmm.
and I brought home a dude that's like 10 years my older. How
Mm-hmm.
would you feel?
That's your life. Am I going to question him? Absolutely. Am I going to question you? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Am I going to have questions because I need to understand? I'm going to have questions. I don't care if you brought somebody home that was your same age.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. But the thing about that is, I can't put an age on love.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you who to love. I can tell you what to watch out for. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're happy today, be happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Now, am I going to say, I might even tell you I don't like the person. But it's not my, again, that goes back. What would I tell my younger self? Trust your gut. Because the thing about it is that when people say that gut instinct, your gut that's your heart mode. That's your gut. Like whatever your gut tells you, stick with that. When your brain, which is 10 seconds delayed from your gut, starts to respond, that's your logic. And that's when you start trying to figure out, am I right? Is this a good thing? Is this? Trust your gut sometimes. If this person's good for you, then they're good for you. If they're not, leave them where they are.
Do you believe that? What was it? Dang. Talk about relationships. How about do you believe you should get to know yourself completely before you jump into a relationship?
I don't think that you're ever going to really know. You're going to know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is that who you are changes
Mm-hmm.
as you grow. Like the things that I accepted when I was your age,
Mm-hmm.
I won't accept now. You understand what I'm saying? So things as you evolve, your mindset evolves. So who I am today, I will not be tomorrow. I will always evolve and become better. So me getting in a relationship with you may help me see that.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So I wouldn't necessarily say, "Oh, I gotta know myself. I gotta be 100% on who I am first." Ooh,
Uh-huh.
yes, I can't. I can't do you because I can't. I'm too busy doing me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's great, but at the end of the day, who you are helps me to understand who I am. Like if I'm dating you and we ain't meshing well, I won't date nobody else like you.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's okay to get in relationships while you're still getting to be acclimated with yourself. You going your journey into my journey helps me understand me better because I'm 100% on who I am. I mean, if I grow tomorrow, if I go from 80% today to 75% tomorrow, I'm still 100% in who I am.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So if you come and I allow you to be in my life,
Mm-hmm.
I can allow you and show you out of my life.
What would your guideline to be for me in like the next 10 years? What advice would you give for the next? I'm gonna be in 10 years, 22, 32.
Mm-hmm. What would I encourage you to do?
Yeah.
Get up, experience life. I think a lot. Are we speaking openly, Miss Evie?
You should go from
I think a lot of times you have a desire to go outside of your comfort zone, but you have hesitancy with experiencing things outside of your comfort zone because it's uncomfortable.
mm-hmm.
And being uncomfortable is how you grow. So if I have to do things with someone or by myself, I still have to do things. Whether I travel alone or travel in a pack, I'm still going to do things. So my encouragement for you over the next 10 years is to live outside your box.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if it makes me uncomfortable to talk to new people and grab new friendships, I will never grab them if I don't talk. I will never be interactive if I don't take the time to be like, oh, what is your name? I don't want to miss out on my best friend because I'm afraid to ask he or she what their name is. So, yeah, like ask for what you want. Sometimes you got to take what you want. Like, don't wait for somebody to offer you anything because ain't nobody going to ever offer because they're going to think you good. Yeah, if I want it, I'm going to take it. That's me. Where you want to go? Amsterdam? Where you want to go? Switzerland?
Paris.
Where you want to go? Paris? Hawaii?
Korea, but Japan.
What you want to do? I'm learning a different language today. What are you learning? Korean, Malay. I'm learning like Arabic. Like what you want to learn? Why would I? Why would I limit myself when the world is mine? Why? Like the only person who will limit you is you, because everybody else wants you to be limitless. Everybody who loves you wants you to be limitless. So no, if it's I'm going. That's it. And don't be afraid to drive there. So that's my encouragement to you. Any other questions, ma'am?
Mm-mm. I got one, but
You better ask it because this is the one time you can get me unfiltered.
so you're up there in Fort.
Mm-hmm.
So you look proud. You look what?
I just think so.
Oh, what about to say? You if you could create a person or create a guideline for young black women or young black people to follow, what would it be?
Love and respect yourself. The okay, so with Choose You 365, I think that as children we're often taught, especially as African American children, we're taught to oh, you can go before me. Let me give you this piece before I eat. Let me share with you and give this to you before I eat. Let me do this before I do this. So we're always giving first and then taking what's left. You understand what I'm saying? And I would love to teach kids to understand this. Sometimes you teach people how to treat you when you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm always giving you the best and I'm giving myself the rest, then you're never going to understand that you should do the same for me. So I'm going to give me the best. And we can split the best.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to give you the best and give myself what's left over. Value and respect yourself enough to say, no, I want this first. Or we can get this together. But I'm not going to give you the best and then leave myself with the raggeds. That's not going to happen. So that's that. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of New Life. Mental Health Awareness.
Bye bye.